Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. Let me know in the comments in the chat if you are with me and if you can hear and see me. We're going to get started in just about 2 minutes. So hopefully you've got your mat set up. Morning, David. Oh, well done. I didn't know if you would make it to the morning class after our workshop last night. I was feeling a bit tired myself, but well done. Yes, so some of you had contacted me yesterday to say that you'd been messaging in the chat, but they didn't seem to be coming through to me. And I think it might be that if you're not logged into YouTube with an account, then maybe the messages don't come through in the chat. So just an FYI, if you did want to share anything in the chat, then you might need to log into YouTube in order to do that. Glutton for punishment. I love it. So we're just doing a 1 hour, 60 minutes class today. So it's not going to be the full half primary series. We'll just do the standing sequence and then a few of the seated postures and then the finishing, a few finishing postures. Again, we probably won't have time to do it all. So it'll be kind of a modified sequence today. As usual, just a donation-based class. So if you do have the means to donate a few pounds for the class, then I've left a PayPal link just below the video. It's paypal.me/Ashtanga Yoga Girl. So that would be most welcome, but don't worry if you haven't got the means, please just join in anyway. If you have any props that you like to use in your practice, then just have them beside your mat available to you. I've got a few blocks, but thick books also work. Good morning, Dana. Thick books work. Also straps if you have them or you need them, or a belt is also fine to work as a strap. And then for some of the seated postures, I always give the option to prop your hips up on a kind of a rolled up blanket or a cushion, or a soft block works okay as well. So whatever you have lying around, you can just get creative with the props. So let's come to standing at the top of the mat, Samastitihi. With the eyes closed. And just turning the attention to the breath. Breathing through the nose. And adding on the Ujjayi technique, so breathing with sound. Just gently closing off at the back of the throat to create that gentle hissing sound with the breath. Almost sounds like the gentle movement of an ocean wave rolling in and out on the shore. So follow that wave up and down the spine. Enjoy the sensations as you draw the prana in. And as you exhale, releasing any tension. On your next exhale, follow the breath all the way down the spine to the pelvic floor. And then find the pelvic floor and lift the muscles upwards gently, activating Mula Bandha. And keep that gentle lift as you breathe in and out through the nose. And as you engage Mula Bandha, you might already feel the lower belly muscles start to fire up because they're all connected. But if you can't quite feel that, then exhale all the way down to the bottom again. And see if you can draw the muscles beneath the navel that wrap across the abdomen. See if you can draw them in towards the spine, just very gently, as you continue to breathe in and out through the nose. So switching on Uddiyana Bandha. So the base of the spine feels supported by these two active locks, energetic locks. And as you exhale, you might visualize the pelvic floor as a sheet of elastic muscle, and the breath can bounce off this muscle. So you exhale the breath all the way down, it bounces off the pelvic floor and then inhales back up the spine. Exhale to empty, and the breath gently bounces back up. So none of the prana that you're drawing in is ever lost. It's always just circulating back through the torso, being conserved. Good. Stay with those cues. Let's gently blink the eyes open. And Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, raise the arms, gaze up. Exhale, fold forwards. Keep the knees soft. Relax the neck. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming back to the bandhas. Pelvic floor lifted, lower belly drawn in. You can keep the knees soft for now if your legs are feeling stiff. Gaze down the nose and breathe 5 times. That's 2 breaths. Three. 4. 5. Step or jump forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, push to standing, raise the arms. Samastitihi. And again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Lower belly is firm. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, step or jump back, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, pull the navel in to roll the hips back. So that movement comes from the bandhas drawing up and in. 1, spread the fingers wide and press through the hands, gently dropping the shoulders out to the sides. 2, feel the hips reach up and back as Mula Bandha. Send the hips back over behind the heels. 3. 4. 5. Step or jump. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing. Reach the arms up. Samastitihi. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Roll the shoulders back. Reach the heart through. Exhale, downward facing dog. One, breathing with that gentle ocean sound. 2. 3, 4, 5. Step or jump. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, strong legs as you push up to standing, lifting up through the back of the heart. Samastitihi. Inhale, arms up, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Keep the belly strong. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One. 2, as you inhale, draw the breath up the legs. Gather it all up in the pelvis. And as you exhale, send that gentle wave of breath down along the spine. 3, inhaling up the legs. And exhaling down the spine. 4. And one more deep breath in. Exhale to empty. Step or jump forwards and inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to standing, palms together, gaze up. Samastitihi. Good, let's try one round, counted on your own. So Ekam, inhale, raise the arms and gaze up. Dway, exhale, fold forwards, relaxing the head down towards the knees. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Exhale, plant the hands and step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Good, 5 deep breaths there. And I just realized I forgot to count, but that's okay. 1, so spreading the fingers wide and pressing through the hands, reaching the hips back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Step or jump forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, back to standing. Bring the arms up. Samastitihi. Surya namaskar B. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up, palms together. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, step or jump, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step the right foot between the hands. Inhale, arms up, back heel is grounded. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left side, inhale, arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And look to the nose, 5 breaths here. 1, 2, 3, stay connected to the bandhas, supporting the back, the lower back. 4, 5, step or jump forwards. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, bend the knees. Raise the arms, look up to the thumbs. Samastitihi. Again, inhale, bend the knees, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forwards. Inhale, arms up, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, chaturanga. Stay with the breath. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing with sound. 1. 2. Keep lengthening the spine, pressing through the hands and reaching the hips up and back over behind the heels with the support of Mula Bandha. 4. 5. Step or jump forwards. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend the knees, bring the arms up. Samastitihi. Last one. Ekam, inhale, bend the knees, bring the arms up. Dway, exhale, fold forwards. Trini, inhale, head up. Chatwari, exhale to chaturanga. Pancha, inhale. Shet, exhale. Sapta, right leg forward. Inhale. Ashtau, exhale, come back down, chaturanga. Nava, inhale. Dasha, exhale. Ekadasha, other leg, inhale. Dwadasha, exhale. Trayodasha, inhale. Chaturdasha, exhale to downward dog for the last 5 breaths. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Panchadasha, step or jump forwards. Shodasha, exhale, fold over the legs. Saptadasha, bend your knees, bring the arms up. Samastitihi. Padangushtasana, jump the feet apart, catch the big toes. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Exhale, fold, keeping the belly drawn in. Neck relaxed and gaze to the nose. Nasagra Drishti. 1. If you need, just take a bend in the knees. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, straighten the arms and lengthen the spine. Exhale there. Padahastasana, inhale, slide the hands under the feet. Lift the chest and lengthen. And exhale, fold, keeping the lower belly firm. As you send your heart down to the toes, shoulders drawing back. 1. 2. Inhaling, drawing the breath up the legs into the pelvis. And exhaling, send the wave of breath down along the spine, along the arms, back to the hands and into the feet. Working with a cycle of breath. And feeling the subtle wave-like movement of breath in the body. On your next inhalation, lift the chest and lengthen the spine. Exhale to empty. Inhale to standing, strong legs. Samastitihi. Utthita Trikonasana. Inhale, step the right foot out to the side, arms wide. Turn the right foot to the back, left toes in 5 degrees. Reach as far as you can. Nice strong legs. Bring the right hand down, left hand up. Catch the big toe if you can reach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Strong legs. Inhale, come back up. Turn the feet and exhale straight down on the left side. One, 2. So you can keep the hand here if you can't quite reach the foot, but try not to put your weight in your hand. So you're using the strength of the legs and the bandhas to keep you supported if you're not holding on to the toe. One more deep breath. Inhale, push through the feet, come back up. Parivrita Trikonasana, turn to the back. And exhale, fold. Left hand twists across, pelvis stays level, and spiral the heart round to face the side of your mat. Take a block or a book under your hand if you need. 1, and gaze up to your right hand. 2, if you haven't got a prop available to you, you can always just hold on to the shin. 3, keep the legs nice and strong. 4, 5, inhale, come back up. You could bring your prop with you, turn to the front, and exhale, fold. Lower belly is still firm, kneecaps lifting because the legs are strong. Bring the right hand across, press down to spiral the chest around. So the movement is all happening in the upper back. The lower back stays relatively still. 1, 2, and you could choose which height to have your block on. If you're relatively new to the pose, maybe quite high. 3, feel the kneecaps lifting up towards the hips. 4, and 5. Inhale, come back to center. Samastitihi, back to the front. Utthita Paschimottanasana. Inhale, step the right foot out wide, arms to shoulder height. Exhale, turn the feet so the right foot points back, knee to 90 degrees. And either bring the elbow to the thigh or place your hand down outside the foot. Left arm over, palm facing down, drishti to the fingertips. 1. And then make sure there's some weight in the back foot. 2, so as you ground the back foot, reach out through the fingertips and stretch the side of the body long. 3, if your hand is on the floor, pressing the thigh against the arm, at the same time rolling the chest around to face the ceiling. 1 more deep breath. And inhale, push through the legs, come back up. Turn the feet and exhale straight down on the left side. So option 1, elbow to the thigh. 1, and once you're comfortable there, you bring the hand down. To begin with, again, you could choose to have a block here if you need. Eventually, just hand on the floor. 3, press the thigh out against the arm and turn the heart to face the ceiling. 4, reaching through the fingertips and grounding the back foot. 5, inhale, back to center. Parivrita Paschimottanasana. Come straight into the full version if you know it. I'll show the modification. So left knee on the floor, inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Palms together, outside of the knee. Lift the back knee if you're steady there. And try to press down with the elbow to lift the chest up to the hands. 2. And once you're comfortable there, the left hand reaches down to the floor and the right arm goes up. 4, next stage is to start to drop the back heel. And 5, inhale, come back up to center. Turn to the front, exhale down on the right knee. Again, come straight into the full version of the pose if you already know it. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist. Lifting the heart up to the hands and gaze backwards over your mat. 1, lift the back knee if you have the space and the strength. 2, 3, taking the next stage if you have enough room. So bottom hand down, top arm up. 4, next time I'll show you the full version when I'm not exhausted. And 5, inhale, push back up to center. Samastitihi. Prasarita Padottanasana. Inhale, wide legs, hands on the hips, feet parallel. And exhale, place the hands down between the feet. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold forwards. You can bend the knees if you need. And take the head down towards the hands, between the hands if you can. 1, drishti is to the nose. 2, 3, make sure the legs are active, so you're not locking the knees, you're actually just drawing energy up. I sometimes think or give the cue of pushing the feet out to the sides, just very slightly as well. That helps to switch on and engage the muscles in the legs. Inhale, lengthen your spine, lift the chest. Exhale to empty the lungs. Inhale to standing. And exhale there. Enjoy these breaths. Inhale, arms wide. B, exhale, hands to the hips. Inhale, lift the chest. Lower belly firm. Exhale, fold, keeping the elbows and the shoulders back as you send your heart down to the floor. Neck relaxed. 1. 2. Again, you can use that visualization of drawing the breath up the legs into the pelvis and then exhaling down along the spine. Feel how the spine extends and the heart expands on the exhale. 1 more deep breath, draw the elbows back. Inhale all the way up. And exhale there. C. Inhale, take the arms out wide. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forwards. Keep the legs strong. Lift the pelvic floor, draw the lower belly in and reach the hands up and over behind the head. One. 2.
Don't worry about getting the hands to the floor. Just notice the feelings and the sensations in the shoulders. Send your breath to the areas of tension and watch as the hands start to release on their own. On your next inhale, come all the way up, push through the legs. And exhale, bring the hands to the hips, D. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, catch the big toes with the first 2 fingers. Inhale again, lengthen the spine, draw the lower belly in. Exhale, fold, elbows and shoulders draw back as the heart reaches down. And again here, if you need the bend in the knees, that's fine. 1. Look to the nose, try to keep the eyes still. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the chest. Exhale to empty. Inhale, come up. Samastitihi. Paschimottanasana, take the hands behind the back. Reverse prayer position, or just holding the arms if that's too much. And step out to the side 3 feet apart, facing the back of your mat with the hips. Inhale there, lift the chest. Bandhas zipped on, and exhale, fold forwards. One. 2. Press the palms together and gently lift the elbows to create more space in the shoulders. 3. Make sure the legs are really active here. I like to think of dragging my right foot back along the mat to engage the hamstring, and that just gives you a little bit more protection as you're engaging the muscle whilst you're stretching it. Good, let's inhale back up to center. Turn and exhale straight down on the left side. Try to keep the pelvis square. So the temptation will be for the left hip to come forwards. See if you can bring it back into line with the right hip. 2. 3, and then just noticing what happens if you shift the weight into the front foot slightly and back to the back foot. Can you find the neutral position between weight in the back foot and weight in the front foot? Should almost feel like you're spiraling the legs inwards in towards the center of the pelvis once you have that balance point. Good, inhale, lift yourself back up. Arms wide. Samastitihi. Uttita Hasta Padangusthasana. Inhale, draw the right knee up to center, left hand to hip. Option 2, catch the big toe and work towards extending the leg. Option 3, folding forwards over the leg. 1. 2. You can look to the big toe or down to the floor. 3. Try to straighten more into your standing leg. 4. 5. If you're folding, inhale, come up. Exhale, everybody leg to the side. Or if you're holding the knee, take the knee out to the side. Look left. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, bring the leg back. Exhale, fold if the leg is straight. Inhale, back up. Hands on the hips for 5 breaths. 1, 2, point the toe like a ballerina. 3, 4, and 5. Release the leg, shake off any tension in the hips, and straight onto the left side. Inhale, knee to center, hand on the hip. If you can, catch the big toe and then start to extend. So you might even stay here for now, and as the hamstrings lengthen in the back of the leg will extend. Folding forwards if you have the mobility. 1, 2, keep the shoulders soft, standing leg strong. 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, come to standing. Exhale, take the leg or the knee out to the side. Look right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Inhale, leg to center. Exhale, fold. Inhale, back to standing, point the toe, hands on the hips. 1, 2, shoulders are relaxed, bandha's really strong. 3, standing leg, pushing down into the floor. 4, and 5, release the leg. Ardha Baddha Paschimottanasana. So right side first, come straight into half lotus if you have already got the flexibility. If not, you're going to bring your heel towards your hips and you can stay here. If the calf muscle and the thigh are quite far apart like this, I want you to work on stretching the front of the leg. If you're quite close there already, but you're still quite new to the pose, try sole of the foot against the inner thigh and tree pose. If you have the half lotus, then you work towards binding behind the back, first with the arm, and then eventually catching the big toe. Once you have the big toe, go forwards, place the hand beside the foot. Let's do 3 more breaths. 1, 2, 3. If you're folding, inhale, lift the head, lengthen the spine. Exhale there. Inhale to standing. And then exhale, everyone, gently release your leg. Same on the left side. So come straight into the half lotus if you're already comfortable. Otherwise, we're bringing the left heel up to the hips, stretching into the front of the leg. If you're really not feeling much there, then try the tree pose, sole of the foot against the thigh. And here you're pressing the sole of the foot in, wrapping the knee back to get the stretch on the inside of the leg. Next stage is working on the half lotus. First holding the arm, and then the big toe. Once you have the big toe, it's safe to fold forwards. 3 more breaths. 1. Keep the standing leg vibrant. So try not to let too much weight go into the back of the heel. Instead, shift the weight forwards and feel how that forces you to engage the legs. 1 more deep breath. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale there. Inhale, push back up. Oops. And then exhale to release the leg. And vinyasa to Utkatasana. Inhale, bring the arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step or jump the feet between the hands, bend the knees and bring the arms up. Gazing up to the fingertips. 1. Try to bend the knees as low as you can. Pull the lower belly in. 2. Then lift the chest high and look up. 3. Try to touch the ceiling. 4. 5. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Virabhadrasana A. Inhale, step the right foot forwards and bring the arms up. 1. So the right knee is above the ankle, bending to 90 degrees if you can. So the thigh is roughly parallel with the floor. And then the back hip is rolling forward. So you're looking for the stretch in the front of this back hip. See what you've got to do to find that stretch. 1 more deep breath, looking up, reaching for the ceiling. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, turn. Left side. So find the stretch in the front of the back hip. So I have to kind of lean forwards and then tilt my pelvis that way to find the stretch, and then lift the chest high. 2, gaze up to the hands. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, open to Virabhadrasana B. Left thigh parallel with the mat this time. Look to the left middle finger. 1. 2. 3. Pulling the mat apart with your feet to activate the legs. 5. Inhale, straighten the leg and turn the feet. Exhale, right side. 1. 2. 3. Sirsasana. 4. Did you mean headstand that you want to see, Pedro? 5. Exhale, bring the hands down and step back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Jumping through to seated, or just step onto the feet and then gently place the hips down. Dandasana, legs straight, spine long. Gaze down the nose for 5. 1. 2. Stay there. I'm just going to zoom my camera in. 3. 4. 5. Paschimottanasana, forward bend. Catch the big toes with the first 2 fingers. And use a strap if you need around the feet. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Send the heart towards the toes. And if you were practicing with me yesterday, or you're used to practicing in the evening, just notice the changes, how different the body feels first thing in the morning. Not necessarily a good or a bad thing, just observing the differences. 3. 4. 5. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to B version, catching the outside edges of the feet, or if you can reach, hold on to your wrist. Inhale again, lift the chest. And exhale, fold, keeping the bandhas switched on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, release the pose. Vinyasa, knees into the chest. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, step or jump back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step or jump through. Purvottanasana. Pointed toes, ankle bones rolling in. Take the fingers back, spread them wide, and lift the chest high. Inhale, dig the heels down, touch the toes to the floor, straight legs, and exhale, take the head back. 1, drishti is to the nose. 2, and if you push the hands backwards along the mat, see if you can lift the chest a little bit higher. 3, and breathing right up into the top of the collarbones to help lift the chest up. 4, point the toes down to the mat and roll the ankles in. And 5, exhale, come down. Cross the legs. Inhale, lift your hips up. And then exhale, hands forward and jump back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step or jump through. And Ardha Baddha, Padma Paschimottanasana. Actually, let's do Janu Sirsasana A. Just, it's a little bit more easy to explain, and then we have time for some more of the finishing postures. So knee into the chest, right side first, out to the side, 90 degrees. Turn to the left leg and catch the foot or catch your left wrist. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forwards. You can look to the big toe or you can look down the nose. 1, 2. Notice how those 2 drishtis can have an impact on the way that you feel. So if you look up, it tends to create more of an energetic feeling. And if you look down, it tends to be more introspective and relaxed. I like to think of it as tamasic, which is the heavier kind of relaxed version looking down, and rajasic, which is the more frenzied or energetic version as you look up. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine. And exhale, release the pose. Bring the right knee back to center. You can take a vinyasa here or switch to the left leg. So if you're vinyasa, inhale, lift up. Exhale, jump back. Inhale, upward dog. And exhale, downward dog. Step or jump through to seated and left side. So take the left knee out to 90 degrees. And here I'm just showing an option if your knee is high off the floor. You can always place a prop underneath it to give it a bit of support. Turn to your right leg, catch the right wrist or hold on to the foot. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lay the spine down along the leg. One, again, choose your drishti. Look to the toe or look down the nose. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, release the pose. Cross the legs. Vinyasa. Inhale, lift up. And try to shuffle the feet back as you exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step or jump through and lay down on the back. Let's start with Urdhva Dhanurasana, the finishing sequence. 3 rounds, either bridge pose or full wheel pose, your choice. Let's do 1 round of bridge at least to prepare. So inhaling with the heels in towards the hips. Inhale, push into the feet and peel the spine, vertebra by vertebra, up away from the mat. Shoulders underneath you and interlace the fingers. Press down as you roll the shoulders out to the sides to lift the chest high. 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the hands, slowly roll down the spine with control. And you can do the same again with me, or if you're comfortable with Urdhva Dhanurasana, you're going to bring your hands under your shoulders, lift up into bridge, come onto the crown of the head, and then straighten the arms so you're in a wheel. Okay, inhale again, second round. 1, 2, let the breath flow. 3, bandhas are still switched on. 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly roll down. If you're in wheel, you come to the crown of the head, walk the fingers in, and then inhale straight back up for the last time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Release the hands and roll down the spine, vertebra by vertebra, 1 joint at a time. Good, especially the lower back. Try to isolate those few last vertebrae. Bring the knees gently in. You can rock side to side if you need to release off any tension. And then we'll come straight into Paschimottanasana, so rocking forwards and then taking the legs out in front. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, fold forwards. We'll just take 5 breaths today, and then give us some time to work some more on the inversions. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, release, take a vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Jump to seated and lay down on the back. Sirsasana. Sarvangasana first. So let's do 10 breaths in the first variation, and then we'll do 5 in the next 2. So I'll talk you through it, but just make sure that you don't move your neck once you're in your shoulder stand. So don't look towards me for instructions. I'll give you them verbally so that you don't have to move your neck. If you're not comfortable with shoulder stand, just place your legs up against a wall. So inhale, rocking the legs and the hips up, hands on the back, 10 breaths here. Look to the navel. 1, 2, 3,
4, and if you can slow down your breath to slower than my count, then go ahead. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Halasana. Point the toes and gently bring the feet over behind the head so the legs are coming down straight. Toes touch the floor. You can interlace the fingers behind the back. If they are hanging off the floor, then just keep your hands on the back for support. Just 5 breaths here. If it's too much, come back into your original shoulder stand. 3, 4, 5. Then exhale to Kanapidasana. Let the knees come to the ears. If they reach, you're gently squeezing the knees with the ears. 1. I'm just not going to do the whole thing because it's going to muffle my microphone, but if you needed a demonstration, it's going to look like that. 4 and 5. Release the hands down to the mat, pull the thighs into the belly and roll down slowly along the spine. Cross the legs and let's inhale, come up to seated, and we'll do a modified version of Matsyasana. So we're on the elbows, toes are pointed, ankle bones in, lift the chest high, and then gently lower the head down behind you. The head needs to touch the floor, otherwise it's uncomfortable. So you have to move your hands forward until the head is down. Look to the nose. Let's just do 5 breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale, slowly release, and you can bring your knees into the chest, gently rocking back up, and we'll take a vinyasa. So jump straight back. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Jump onto your knees at the back of your mat. Sirsasana. So you need to leave yourself a little bit of a runway. I'm going to show you the modified version or the preparation for headstand, but if you already know the Ashtanga headstand, just come straight up, okay? 15 breaths, vertical, and then if you have the strength, 10 breaths, 90 degrees, inhale back up, exhale back down. For those of you who are new to headstand, we're going to hold the arms just above the elbows, so you find your perfect base for your headstand. Interlace the fingers with the palms together, and then to test your shoulder strength, you want to tuck the toes under, head completely off the floor, and push the shoulders down to lift to push into the forearms to lift the shoulders, and come into a downward dog on your forearms. 15 slow breaths here. 1, keeping the head off the floor. You can look towards your knees. 2, and keep pushing the floor away with the forearms. 3, 4, 5. If it's easy, walk your toes closer in. 6, so that your hips are further above your shoulders. 7, 8, 9, keep pushing through the forearms, keep pulling the shoulders up. 10, 11, as if you're in downward dog and you're reaching your hips up by pressing through the forearms. 12, don't come down. 13, 14, keep pushing through the forearms. 15, exhale, come down to the knees. Bring the hips back to the heels.
and child's pose. If you're in headstand, you can start to make your way down. Breathing deeply. Start to let go of the tension in the forearms and the shoulders. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Use the breath. Allow it to wash up and down the spine. 8. Carrying away any tension in the neck, in the shoulders, in the back. And 10. Inhale, come back onto all fours. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Yoga mudra, step or jump through. And cross the legs. Padmasana if it's available to you. Otherwise, we'll just do this open cross-legged position. Hands behind the back. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, fold forwards. Let's take 5 breaths in each of these finishing poses, just so we can finish on time. If you want to stay longer, you can. 2, just make them the longest, deepest and smoothest breaths. 3, 4, 5. Inhale, come back up. Hands to the knees, Jnana mudra, lift the chest and gaze down the nose. 5 deep breaths. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Utplitihi, last pose. So stay in Padmasana or cross the legs in, and we're going to lift and hover. Just 5 breaths today. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Take one last vinyasa. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Step or jump through to seated, and then lay down on your back, take a rest. So next time, we'll do the next stage of Sirsasana, of a headstand. So now you've done your test. Can you stay up for 15 breaths on the forearms? Next time we'll take the next step if you were comfortable with that. So laying back in Shavasana. Let the breath return to normal. Let go of your control over the breath. And let go of your control over the bandhas. Just let your lower belly relax. And make sure you're not tensing the pelvic floor intentionally. And try and let the whole body become heavy. As you sink down into the mat. Just enjoy that gentle transition from stillness back into movement. As you wriggle the fingers and the toes and start to stretch out the hands and the feet, the arms and the legs, maybe rotating one way and then the other way, bringing a little bit more movement back into the joints and stretching out in any way that feels good. The knees can come in and just feel that nice release in the lower back as you round the spine. And then we're gently rolling over onto one side. You can support your body as you come back up into a seated position on your mat. Take a last deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And let the chin drop down to the chest. And gently blink open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I know we've got Dana, David and Pedro. Thanks so much, guys. It's so lovely to see you here all the time. And anyone else that's watching, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world. If you have any feedback, as always, just let me know, leave me a comment. If you would like this video as well, then that always helps to help me to share it with more people. So if you give it the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you again, everyone, and I'll see you here next time.